So I've one simple question for the minister he sent in his stay. Will she protect what is fundamental to our democracy, or will she stand by as the Justice Secretary casually casts aside centuries of English liberty?
Minister.
How extraordinary, Mr. Speaker. He claims to care about the rule of law. He claims to care about ancient legal traditions. Mr. Speaker, this is the same Shadow Justice Secretary that denigrates our independent judges, that denigrates our legal community standing up for rights. I've already said, and I'll say it again, the right to a jury trial for our most serious cases will remain a fundamental part of our British legal tradition. But since he is so fond of quoting our ancient principles, quoting Magna Carta, let me remind him of what is our constitutional right. What Magna Carta says is, to no one will we delay right or justice. The right to a swift and prompt trial is a fundamental ingredient of fairness. And when you have the crisis that we inherited from the party opposite, a backlog now of some 80,000 cases, behind each and every one of those cases, an actual victim, somebody accused of a crime, we are denying in the current system a fair trial, because as victims, as witnesses, pull out of the process, as is increasingly happening, that is denying fairness. Today, a victim of rape, and I say this with the pin that I'm wearing, as we stand in 16 days of activism against violence against women and girls, a woman reporting a rape today in London, to be told that her trial may not come on till 2029 to 2030. That is not justice at all. That is a consequence of allowing the Crown Court backlog to spiral out of control and doing nothing, offering not a single answer. That is not upholding the right, the fundamental British constitutional right to a fair trial. It is exactly the opposite. And I certainly, for one, as part of this government, am not prepared to sit idly by. It's why we've gripped the crisis, making record investment in sitting days, extending magistrates' court sentencing powers, investment in legal aid, and of course asking one of our finest jurists, Brian Leveson, to conduct an independent review to provide us with a blueprint for how we get out of this mess. The party opposite, they like to call themselves the party of tradition, the party of law and order, and yet they presided over a justice system in which the British public can no longer have confidence. I'm afraid that I'm not prepared to let victims down. This Labour government is finally putting victims first. It's why we are going to consider very carefully Sir Brian's recommendations. It's why we will undertake to implement his blueprint, which takes as its fundamental premise this: that the system is broken. There is no one in this House, there is no one in the community that represents victims, there is no one in the legal community, no judge, no one operating and working hard in the system to keep it going, who thinks that the system isn't broken. We have to fix it. And what Sir Brian Leveson tells us is that investment alone will not fix it. We need investment coupled with structural reform and modernisation. That is exactly the blueprint that this government will bring forward, because as I said, we believe in the right to a fair trial, we believe in British justice, and unlike the party opposite, we will deliver swifter justice for victims.